आओ पहने तुसी मिलो प्यारिया जो मेरा प्रीतम दसे तिसके हम वारिया
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I would like to dedicate this lecture to my dear sisters, to the dear cohorts of this month, and I would like to share with you what our role is. Today the world celebrates International Women's Day, and I want to talk about the place we have in Sikhism and what our Punjabi baggage, our Punjabi culture has narrowed us down to. When we look at our society, we see so many things happening against women. We see that women are treated with less respect, with less love. Young girls are treated with less love than their brothers in India. People pray, God, please give us son. And when a girl is born, people give condolences. And no, this isn't the colonial times. This goes on today. You go to Punjab, even some of the Punjabis that come to America, when they have a daughter is born, when their daughter is born in their house, people say, "Oh, don't worry, it's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for your loss." In Punjabi, they say, "Koi gal nahi. Agli baar munda ho junga." Don't worry, it's okay. You'll have a son the next time. When a woman is growing up, when she becomes a young lady, her brothers are allowed to go everywhere, and the girl is always treated like a burden. This is the story of so many houses. A girl is given away in marriage. The wife is shut up. She is told to listen to her husband. And you want to know something very sad? Some of this stuff goes on by people who look outwardly religious, who call themselves Sikhs, and it is accepted by women. Women who go and matha take to Guru Granth Sahib on one hand, and on the other hand, they don't have the courage to stand up to society. Or maybe they just don't know, because we have turned the Guru Granth Sahib into a statue and we don't bother to hear the message that our gurus are telling us. We like to go and listen to a sakhi as some tale, but we don't get the message inside. We like to go for the pleasure of our ears, but we don't realize that every single step the gurus took had a deep message. And we don't realize our place. We don't realize the great role that our gurus have given us. In every second, in every part of our life, the gurus have given women a role, a beautiful and exalted role. We want to be modern, so-called. We call it modern. But Guru Sahib's thinking, the status of women in Gurbani, and the status of women that the gurus have given women, even today, even this so-called modern day and age has not caught up with this status. By going away from our form, we are going away from the freedom that our gurus gave us, and we are putting the shackles of society on our arms and legs. The gurus worked hard to take us out of the prison we were in, and now we are putting those chains back on ourselves. When we look at women, there's an expression: if you educate a man, if you educate a boy, you educate a boy. But if you educate a woman, you educate a whole family, a whole community. And that is why, if there's going to be any change, it has to start with us. It has to start with women. Now let's look at the different status and the different messages that the gurus have given to women. Let's start with the birth of a daughter. When a Sikh takes Amrit, when a Sikh becomes a baptized Sikh, they are meant to break any ties with anyone who commits female infanticide. When we talk about female infanticide, we mean when a baby is killed sometimes outside the womb. But today, some people will go to the doctor. They'll get a scan. Is my baby a girl or a boy? And before anyone even finds out they're pregnant, they'll just get rid of the baby right then and there so that they don't have to have the so-called condolences that society will give them. And I'm going to be real here. You'll see women with kirbans on who are talking like this. I was really shocked a little while ago. I saw a young girl who was Punjabi. She was grown up in the culture, but she had taken Amrit. And sometimes I think people take Amrit just so that they can put others down. That's not what it's about. The day I remember when I took my Amrit, I had to make this promise that I would never ever associate with anyone who killed their female daughter. This girl, she got into a fight with a man, and she told him, she said, "May God only give you daughters in your life." That was a curse. She put this curse on him. She said, "May God only give you daughters." And that was her curse. And I was shocked. I looked at her. I go, "You were once born. You were a daughter too. Are you a curse?" But sadly, this is what people are meant to think. But when a Sikh takes Amrit, they make this pledge, which is so horrible that some people break it. They never realize this. In Gurbani it says, "Istri purik hoye ke kya oye karam kamaye, nana roop sada hai, tere tuj hi mahi samaye." What is a woman and what is a man? What can one do just by being a man or a woman? Everyone is yours, God. Men and women, both are yours. In Gurbani, many places it says that God is present equally in a man and a woman, in a baby girl and a baby boy. So here, Guru Sahib is telling us from birth that a woman and a man are equal in every single way. If you search all of Gurbani, even though Guru Nanak Dev Ji came over 500 years ago, you will not find the attitude of the times that was degrading towards women. Now let's look through a woman's life. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji was about 9 years old, he was told to have a sacred thread put on called the janyo. And the janyo is only put on boys. And one of the arguments against the thread that Guru Nanak Dev Ji had, besides that this thread is not going to come to the next world with us, Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, "Give me a real thread, a thread of compassion, a thread of truthfulness." But one of the complaints was, "Why is there no thread for girls? My sister's over there." When we look at the ritual of Rakhi, the word Rakha means protector. And the idea about Rakhi is that a woman ties a thread on the wrist of her brother, even if her brother is 12 years younger than her. Even if her brother is 3 and she's 15, that woman will count on her brother as her protector. It's not mutual. The brother does not tie a thread on the sister. The brother does not say, "We'll protect each other." But the brother is supposed to be the protector of the sister. The man is supposed to protect the woman. Even if a woman's considered weak, Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave women kirbans and said, "You are your own protector. Don't rely on other humans." Manak ki tek birthi sab jaan. Reliance on other humans is in vain. And to top that off, Guruji told us that we have only one Rakha. Rakha ek. And who's that Rakha? Hamara Swami, Rakha Ek Hamara Swami. The one God alone is my protector. And when we look at the ideas of having a Rakha, and although a man might be able to protect us outside, just like a woman can protect a man as well. Mothers protect their sons, don't they? Try getting in between a mother bear and her son. You'll be in for a surprise. Don't really try it. That mother bear will claw you to death. The same way, Guruji says here that maybe it's possible outside, but what about the thieves, the thugs that are inside of us? Lust, anger, greed, ego, and attachment. Who can protect us? If we look at Gurbani, there's a shabad, a very beautiful shabad here. And this shabad says, Musanhar panch patware, sune nagar pare thaghare. The five thieves plunder our body: lust, anger, greed, ego, and attachment. Like it's a village, they thug the whole body. They loot us. They keep us away from God. And who can protect us from these thieves? Guruji says, Unte rakhe baap na mai. Mother and father cannot protect us from these things. Unte rakhe meet na pai. Neither can friends or brothers protect us against these. Even our brothers can't be our rakhas against the thieves inside of us. And then when we look at another shabad, Bira bira kar rahi, bir pe berai, bir chale kar apne, behan birhe jal jai. Now this shabad has a double meaning. Of course, it can be the brother and the sister, the body and the soul. But also, if we look at it practically, sometimes we see a sister calls out to her brother, but her brother leaves us. He gets married and goes to his home and becomes a stranger. Or sometimes he goes far away. Or sometimes in the Indian culture, I've seen it in many homes. Money, greed, all these things rips brothers and sisters apart. Of course, you should love and respect your brother, and a sister should love and respect her sister. It should be mutual. The way Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bibi Nanaki respected each other. If we read history, Bibi Nanaki was known as being the first Sikh. A woman was the first Sikh in the world. And if we look more, Bibi Nanaki would always listen to her brother. She would always love him. When the world did not understand Guru Nanak, when Guru Nanak Dev Ji would go and spend his money feeding the hungry, and his father would come and scold him and even beat him, Bibi Nanaki would stand in the way. She understood her brother when no one else could. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, it's written many times, he gave his sister a power over him. He said, anytime you remember me, just think the thought, no matter where I am, I will be with you. He respected Bibi Nanaki and loved her. Guru Nanak Dev Ji would, if we read Guru Nanak Chamatkar, Guru Nanak Dev Ji would bow at the feet of Bibi Nanaki. All the world bowed at the feet of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji would touch the feet of his dear sister Bibi Nanaki and bow at them, and the feet of his mother and his elder sister. And if we talk about that and read about that, we see that as a young girl too, in that certain relationship, Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave women a great status. And now, as a woman gets older and goes into her young years, let's talk about the status that Guruji has given us then. Now, when we look at young girls today, what's really, really scary are the magazines and the views society has about what beauty is, the views that are going into our young girls. Do your hair this way, do your makeup this way, Do this, put your body in pain. A young girl has to be a certain color. That's in India, where people judge people by the color of their skin. A certain size, which is especially that's everywhere, America, India. A certain color a woman's expected to be, a certain size. They tell women, change yourself, put on makeup, dye your hair, do your eyebrows, go to the salon, wax yourselves, such painful things a woman has to go through. Wear high heels, never leave the house without your makeup. These are things that the Gurus freed us from. The Gurus said, there's one thing you have to do, O woman. Remain in your natural form. Let your kesh grow. You don't need anything because your beauty lies in your virtue. What's the most beautiful ornament a woman can have? Ask Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Sant Farid Ji di Bani vich. Farid da kanth rangavala, vadde ve mohtaj, allo seti ratya, eh sajawa saj. Oh Farid, my husband Lord is so playful. He is great and he doesn't rely on anyone. He is vast. Be colored in God's love. This is the most beautiful ornament, the most beautiful sajawat. This is the most beauty. A woman is beautiful by being colored in the color of her Lord. Nij Bhakti Sobhavanti Nar. Those who have bhakti, those who have loving devotion in their nij, their heart, that woman is worthy of praise and beautiful. Now there are a couple of sakhis we could look at here too. One sakhi, which has to do with Gurbani as well. We can find a Gurbani quote on it. Now let's talk about Guru Nanak Dev Ji's time. There was a king and he heard a saint was coming, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he wanted to test the Guru. So he sent enticing young beauties who were so beautiful, young women who were so beautiful, that they would just go all over a guy. They threw themselves at Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and they wanted to show that this is a fake saint. Now it is said that in this kingdom, no one has ever gotten past these women. They would go to the king, and these women, these young girls, would come and they would throw themselves at these saints, so called, or at these men, and they would lure them away with their beauty. And the king would know that these aren't true saints because they fell into lust and they haven't conquered it. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji saw these girls, and I want you girls to know this isn't a message just for girls of that time. This isn't a message for those young women, but it's a message for all the young girls, for all of us. We have lost our self-esteem when we go look at Indian girls. It's very sad, but you see girls, all they need at 13, 14 years old is a compliment from a guy, and they're all over him. Read the news. Don't even read the news. Go in your village. There's surely the next village. There's a family whose daughter left her family, her parents, to run off with a guy she hardly met, and the guy treated her horribly. And you see, girls, the state in India is so bad that girls will dress up and they'll go after any single guy they meet. And these girls were like that too. They did not respect themselves. They threw themselves everywhere, and they threw themselves at Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said to these young women, Kaman chahe sundar pog, pan fool, meethe ras rog, khile bigse te to sog, prab sharanagat kinas hog. कप्पर पैरस अधिक सिगार माटी फूली रूप बेकार आशा मनसा बांधो बार नाम बिना सुना कर बार and the last two words, Gacho Putri Rajkuar, Naam Pano Sach Dot Savar, Gacho Putri Rajkuar. So what happened here? Guruji called these girls Putri, daughters, and he said, this is the state of these women these days. Kaman chaye sundar bhog. A woman wants pleasure and beautiful pleasures. And sometimes these pleasures, these sweet tastes lead her to disease. The more she goes around like this, the more she suffers in sorrow. But if such a woman was to fall at God's feet, she would get everything. She wears beautiful clothes and all sorts of ornaments, but it all turns into dust, and her beauty leads her to evil. Hope and desire block the doorway, and without God's name, one's body is deserted. And then Guruji tells these women, Gacho Putri, my daughter, run away from these things. Gacho, run away. Rajkuar. Now we have the word God in our middle name, and it's been translated as princess sometimes. But really, Rajkuar doesn't really have a gender because it's being used for women. Our society and a lot of people has translated to mean princess, but Rajkumar just means the child. It means prince, the child of a king. And we are all part of God, the King of Kings. So my child, my prince, or if you want to translate it princess, my daughter, Putri, run away from these things. Stay away from society's evil. Naam pano sach dot savar. Chant God's name. Embellish your days. Priyo seve prem adar. Serve your beloved God and lean on the support of His love. So today we're talking about girls and their self-esteem and conforming to society. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, what is this society saying? Run away from it. Don't be that type of girl. Don't be that type of woman. Stay away from these things. Nowadays women are looking at outer beauty, not the beauty of your virtues. Stay away. Gacho Putri Rajkuar. Stay away from these things. This is Guruji's message to girls. Stay away from things like this. Now let's go a little further, past the days of youth, to the days of marriage and the message to women during that time. So when we talk about the Sikh concept of marriage, the Anand Karaj or the Sikh wedding ceremony is very different. The word Anand means bliss. Anand Karaj, and it doesn't start with two people and end with two. The Anand Karaj starts with three and ends with one. The bride and the groom, as we call it. But in Gurbani, Guruji tells us that in front of God, we are all women. We are all souls. The soul is the bride, and God is the groom. A lot of the times, we have turned the Anand Karaj into a show. We have taken the Guru out. We have taken the Guru's teachings out. But without the Guru, without the Guru's teachings, without the Guru's Jyot, we can never have Anand Karaj, because Anand Anand sab ko kehe Anand Guru te janya. Janya Anand sada Gur te. There cannot be Anand, there cannot be bliss without Guru. For that reason, the Anand Karaj is a very, very big presence of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Jyot. And it's not about the man marrying the woman, as it is about two souls becoming one and bowing, surrendering to the teachings of the Guru. When we look at the outer rituals, once again people say, when we tie the palla, who goes first? But in reality, once again, here in Sangat, all are equal. There is no man and there is no woman in front of God. There is no bride side and there is no groom side. In India, people say we're the groom side. We're gonna be late. We're gonna have this ego. But in front of Guruji, there is no groom side. They are both brides, brides of Vaheguru, and they are becoming one. So these little things don't matter. When the palla is tied, it's a symbol that these two are becoming one. And when they become one, what do? 4 times circling around the Guru. When someone gives another person shagan, for example, a mother on her child's birthday, they'll circle the money around the child's head. It's an Indian tradition. And then they'll surrender it to the hands of the child. Here, we are circling ourselves. When you apne apnu varna arpan karna, when you surrender yourself, we're circling around the Guru. Two become one, and they circle around the Guru, listening to the Guru's teachings, and then they surrender. This is the Ananda Karaj. And here there are a few traditions that Guruji has talked about and spoken against. One of them is the popular tradition of dowry. Gurbani tells us that all other dowry is false. The only dowry that one should send with their daughters or give their daughters is the dowry of the Lord's name. Hor manmukh daj, je rakh dikhale sab khoor ahankar. It's all false, it's all ego. My Father God, please give me the dowry of the Lord's name. When Mata Gujri ji was getting married to Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, when they were getting married, Mata Gujri's dad asked Guru Tegh Bahadur ji's father, Guru Har Gobind Sahib, that what dowry would you like? Can I give you dowry? And Guru Tegh Bahadur ji said, you are sending this virtuous, this sweet, beautiful daughter into our home. What else? What greater thing is there? What greater favor can you do for me? What else is there? Sikhism is against all the marriage rituals of Kanya Dan and Sera Bandhan. A marriage should be about bliss. A marriage should be a happy time. When people say Kanya Dan, it's completely wrong because a woman has feelings. She's not an object that can be given here and there. So, for this reason, the Sikh wedding is very different, as it is more about the souls. Guruji says they aren't husband and wife who sit together, but they are husband and wife who have one soul in two bodies. Ek jot dui murte tan pir kahiye soi. So when we talk about marriage here and different traditions, in the times of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, a lot of the women were veiled from head to toe, but Guru Nanak Dev Ji spoke out against this as well. Veiling head to toe, dowry, all these things. And it's very, very sad that in this day and age, people will sing the Shabad Hor Manmukh Daj, and they'll have their dowries waiting. So these are two different traditions during the time of marriage that Guru Sahib has given a greater role of the woman, a greater status to the woman. A woman's not an object. She's equal in front of her husband. Both are married in the Guru's Sangat. We seem to take these things for granted. But when we look at it, we women are free in Sikhism. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us freedom, and we are selling it and giving it away. Guruji said, Sanj karije guna keri. When you make a sanj, when you make a rishta, when you make a rishta for your children or for anyone, when you make a relationship, sanj karije guna keri, it should be based on virtue, not how someone looks. And what is beauty? When we look at India, they say Sanu Gori Patli Chaidi. We want light skin. We want a certain size and shape. When you look at Guru Sahib, Guruji says that's not beauty. Beauty is virtue. Is God's love. Does one pile of dust look more beautiful than another? The body is dust. It is our virtues that make us beautiful. In India, people say Kala Kala, but when we look at Gurbani, Guruji says Kali Koyal tu kit gun Kali. Gun, virtue. Guruji talks about a black bird and said, what is this virtue that makes you dark? In India, it is considered something bad to be dark skinned. But Guruji says dark skin is beautiful. By which virtue is your skin black? Apni pritam ke ho birha jali. I love my Lord and long for my Lord. You long for your Lord. That's why you're this beautiful color. So here, beauty doesn't have to do with ornaments, being rich, having certain outer features. Beauty is not what attracts lust, but beauty attracts virtue. It is temporary outer outlook that attracts lust, but true inner beauty attracts virtues in a partner. That is the greatest beauty a woman can have. So after marriage, it is in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Hukamname that you should never ever ever shut your wife up or tell her to be quiet. There's a piece of paper that goes around with the 51 hukams. And when a woman goes to her in-laws' house, they are supposed to protect her. The Sikh Rahat Maryada says that you should treat a woman with respect and that a girl should only be married when she is physically as well as emotionally ready. You cannot force marriages and you cannot do child marriages. All these things were prevalent during the times of the gurus, but they really stood up for women's rights. Another tradition of India was sati. When a woman died, they would throw her onto the funeral pyre with her husband. And Guru Amar Das Ji writes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji that sati is wrong. It is wrong to throw a woman like that. If she really loved her husband, she'd live for him. This is all in Gurbani. And when we look at these things, it really shows us how Guruji took us from our status. People say woman is like the shoes on your feet in India. It's an expression, Aurat pair di jutti hundi. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji made us so exalted and really stood up for our rights. After marriage and after your husband's death, we have a woman is also encouraged to remarry, not to stay a widow forever. That's what Guru Amar Das Ji encouraged. Young women who lost their husbands, they would have their heads shaved, and they would be so-called widows and never get married again unless they were a sati. Guruji encouraged widows to be remarried. He said that, according to Bhai Gurdas Ji's Varans, Guruji said that the most beautiful way of life is Grishta Jivan, or family life, the life of a householder. Now, this is probably one of the most quoted quotes in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, but still, it is worth looking at here. When we talk about woman in Asa Divar, we see this every single day. To woman, man is married. From woman, man is born. We see this tuk. We see a tuk that says, Pand Jamiya, Pand Nimiya, Pand Mangan Vyao. From woman, man is born. Within woman, man is made. To woman, he is engaged and married. Pandu hove dosti. Woman becomes his friend. Pandu chale raha. And generations come from woman. Pandu mua pandu paliye. Pandu hove bandan. When his woman dies, he gets remarried, he finds another woman. He is forever bound to woman. Sokyo manda akhiye jit jame rajan. How can you even think about calling a woman inferior? From her, even kings are born. Pandu hi pand upaje. From a woman is born. Pande baj na kohi. No one can come to this world without woman. Nanak Pande Bahara, Eko Sacha Soy. O Nanak, only the true Lord is without a woman. Jitmukh Sada Salaye, that mouth that always praises God is blessed and radiant in God's court. Now here we see the influence a woman has. From woman man is born. A woman is a mother. She can lead her son any which way. A woman can change her brother, her fiancé, her husband. All of you girls think there should be at least one man who you have a say with, who you have an influence, whose life you're touching. Your son, your brother, your husband. So here a woman has a very great position. In Indian society, there are traditions saying that a woman is polluted. If we go somewhere, people say that a woman is dirty when she gives birth, or a woman is dirty during her time of month. But how advanced was Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who says, Jyo Joru Saranavani Ave Varo Var Chute Chuta Mukvase Nit Nit Hoye Kuar Suche E Na Akhiye Behan Je Pinda Toye Suche Sei Nanaka Jin Man Vasya Soy. Now people say a woman on her period is dirty, but Guruji says this pollution, this filthiness doesn't have to do with that. Suche e na akhiye. The way that a woman has her periods month after month, yeah, this might be happening to a woman, but those who are false, falsehood dwells in them over and over again. You might call this woman polluted, but what about these false people? What's the difference? Suche e na akhiye bahan je pinda tohe. You aren't pure just by washing your body, just by what's going on in the body. But you are pure if God abides in your mind. How amazing is this line? How amazing is this stanza? Women are not dirty. Birth is not dirty. If we go on, we see talk of Sutak. When a woman was giving birth, they would say everything is polluted. Here, on the same ang, right in the next salok, Jekar Sutak maniye sab te Sutak hoy. If you believe in Sutak, if you believe in impurity, then everywhere there is impurity. A woman's egg gives life, and if you believe there's impurity there, then jete dane anike jia baj na koi. Look at the grains of corn, none of them are without life. Are they also unpure? Pehla pani jio hai jit harya sab koi. Life comes from water. Is water unpure? You say a woman's unpure during her time or when she gives birth, but that's where life comes from. If that's impure, then water is impure because all life came from water. And how can it be protected from impurity? It's in our kitchen. Impurity is only removed by spiritual wisdom, meaning the impurity of our hearts. So if we look at all this, all the rituals that women were stuck in, Guru Sahib took us out of them. And what have we turned into? Guruji told us, be beautiful, be virtuous. Don't follow society. If you look at the small things, when we take Amrit, we have 5 Ks. One of them being the Kachera. These 5 Ks are the same for men and women. And when we look at other teachings, other philosophies, they say women cover up, don't attract lust in men. But here, Guruji did not just tell women, you be modest, you wear a kachera. A kachera symbolizes modesty. But Guruji told men, you also control yourselves, you wear a kachera. Both of you be modest. Men, see all other women as mothers, sisters, and wives. Do not go to the bed of another woman, even in your dreams. So if we look at this, when a girl, God forbid, is raped, even sometimes in American courtrooms, you talk about modernization, the judge will pull out the clothes that a woman was wearing, and the other lawyer, the rapist's defense attorney, will say, this woman was wearing this. I could not control myself. And they'll try to give the fault to the woman. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, it's not just a woman's fault. My men, my Singhs, you control yourself. He gave the Singhs a kachera and told them not to fall low. When it was battle with the women, with the Mughals, and there were women prisoners of war, the Mughals would rape the different women, the Pathans. And Guruji was once asked by Sikhs, why don't we do the same thing? And Guruji told the Sikhs, I want this panth to reach the skies. I do not want it to go low. Treat every other woman as your mother, your wife, your sister, your daughter. Sorry, not wife. As your mother, your sister, and your daughter. Besides your wife, every other woman is mother, a sister, and a daughter. So today, I want you to ask yourself, have you respected the status that our Guru has given you? Guruji made us self-dependent, and what are our women doing? Running and falling at the feet of men, of Babbe. What are our women doing? They're encouraging our men to live against Guru's teachings. Be a good woman. Be a good mother, a good wife. And it starts with society. A woman is a beautiful mother, but not just a mother to herself and her own kids. Not just a mother to her own family, sorry. But when you see another boy walking down the street and he's in trouble, he's going to drugs, instead of slandering him and talking about him, why don't you help him like a mother would help her son? When you see another girl going astray, instead of gossiping about her and saying, my kids are good, her kids are bad, that girl's daughter, that woman's daughter is doing this, instead of gossiping, why don't you help her? Here's a problem. We have become selfish. And I'm saying this to women because we have so much influence. If things are going to change, change is going to start with us. We used to have a Qawmi zindagi. We used to live for the Qawm. Now we live for our selfishness, our nij. We have become selfish. When you see someone else, treat them as your own. Don't discourage other women. Don't let other women be stomped upon, and do not let society put everyone down. You hear the excuse, it's the society. Who makes up the society? We do. If we want to change society, we have to. It is up to us. We are the society. And it can be something so little as when a daughter is born. Don't be afraid of what people are going to think. Don't let anyone give you condolences. And don't give condolences of that. Don't surrender to society. Don't go in rituals caring what other people will think. This is for my brothers too. Treat your daughters right. Make them strong. Because a daughter will change the world. A daughter will take care of our Qawm. So today on Women's Day, my sisters, know your worth. Know the great status that the Guru has given you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.